Hey everybody, Brian here with Eureka, and today I'm going to show you how to set up the new Copper Canyon LX6 tent. This thing has some awesome features that makes it one of the most livable family car camping tents out there. The Copper Canyon comes in 4 different sizes, from a 4 to a 12-person tent. As I said, this is the 6-person tent, but the setup is exactly the same as the 4-person model, and it's super easy to set up since it's a cabin-style tent. So first thing you're going to want to do is unpack the carry bag here and lay out all the components of the tent. If you forget what you're doing, there are some handy instructions sewn into the bag itself. But inside, you're going to find the tent body. You'll have the fly. You've got the roof and the leg poles in a separate bag. And you've got the stakes. And you've got the gear loft. So now, I've got the tent body here. I'm going to roll this thing out. And once you get it all laid out, you want to locate the 4 eave hubs, which you can see right here. So after that, you're going to want to go ahead and assemble the 2 roof poles and the 4 leg poles and set them aside. So you can tell these apart. The leg poles here are shorter, and then the roof poles you can identify by the steel ferrule here. So go ahead and get those assembled and laid out. And then you've also got 1 fly brim pole. It's nice if you can go ahead and get that assembled as well. So once you have all the poles assembled, it's time to build the roof. So you're going to want to take your roof poles here and go ahead and slide them through these pole sleeves on top of the tent. Go ahead and slide both of those through. Then once you get those through, you're going to want to go ahead and insert the end of the poles into the eave hubs right here, just like that. You can work your way around all 4 corners. So we're on to the last one here. And once you get that in place, you can see you've got the roof of the tent pretty much built. Now it's time for the legs. So the main thing to remember here is that you want to insert the open end of the leg pole right here into the eave hub. And then there's a little slot at the bottom for these pins on the webbing in the corner of the tent. Go ahead and pop that in there, and then you can work your way around the rest of the tent. So now the tent is basically built, and it's time to attach all of the tent body clips here to the frame. Again, you just want to start in one corner and then work your way around. So once you get all of these clipped, you can stake out all 4 corners of the tent using the webbing loops. So now it's time for the fun part. We're going to put the fly on the tent. The main thing here is you want to match the webbing on the corners of the fly to the webbing in the corners of the tent body, and they're color matched. So there are orange and black pieces of webbing. If you match those up, you can't screw this up. Now what I like to do is go ahead and attach the sides here, and then go ahead and drape the fly over the tent. So once you get that done, you want to go ahead and locate the hook and loop fasteners on the underside of the fly and attach those to the frame. Once you have that done, go ahead and grab that fly brim pole that we set aside earlier, and then slide it through the pole sleeve that's up here above the door on the inside of the fly. Then there are little grommets on the upper webbing strap here, and you just pop the pole right in there. And you're good to go. It's time to guy out the tent. Don't skip this step. It's going to make sure the tent stays in place if it gets super windy, and you're going to get better ventilation and more space on the inside. Now for the last step, we're going to throw this gear loft inside. All right, so there you go. It's the Copper Canyon LX6. As you saw, super easy to set up. I did it by myself. It's really, really easy. Now get out there and enjoy your new tent.